Alright. Let's see if the setup's actually working. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Sounds like it. Perfect. Great. We left off last week. Was last week something in that manner with building this boaty thing? Let's see how far we can go tonight. I want to make this destroyer work. What that means that at least we have some type of superstructure that works. It floats. And a gun that is a MART controlled weapon. And to do that, we go back to the Van Kinsbergen, a Dutch naval vessel from the early 1930s, which was in use during the Second World War, although not in Europe. Not in Europe at all. As most naval ships from the Netherlands, we were actually not even close to having anything to say in the conflict between Germany and the rest of the world and their allies. Then again, I'm just a builder of blocky Lego things now on the computer, and not so much a expert on, well, war history. You have to ask someone else. So I have my reference ready. Let's see if I can make that pop up on the screen for some of you not familiar with the ways replica people work. I've seen this method being done in a variety of creators. Let's see. Yes, display capture. Let's blow that up a bit. Transition. So here we are with the Van Kinsbergen, where we have the main structure, top view, bottom view, side views, and some front views, all scaled towards the 2.5 meters blocks. Approximately, it is about 10% larger than life, but that will be perfect for SE, as many things there are larger than life. So I guess we start with closing up the hull and giving it some color, making sure that we have the armor where we want it. And then see from there how we install the weaponry. Back into the game. How does this work again? Having something in this other tab, not full screen, it's weird. Okay. And I built not in engineer mode, but in spectator mode. So this was fairly done. So we're gonna just close up some gaps. And make sure we don't use too many points for the system. I'm gonna lower the sound of this game just a bit. It of course is in audio. So this is the transition part, which we got. Hey, does it properly copy? Yes, it does. Same will happen here. I think for this one should be the point. And the same goes on this side. It's very simple. But still, shapes that were introduced only a few patches ago. Back in the day we had to do some weird stuff. In the before time. That seems to make sense all around. Last little piece. Yeah. So tonight's battles will be commencing, where instead of only large ships, we'll be battling it out for a piece of land as well. One of our community members has made a game mode map, one should call it, where it's a fairly distilled core map idea. Where instead of focusing on the natural world and making it look pretty, he went for the approach that it should be playable instead. So it's a very abstract version of a world where layers and beaches and everything like that, beaches, land, all is on one layer, so you always know how high or how low you are, how deep the beaches are, and that gives it for gameplay a more strategic thing. It's less random, where in natural world maps you have to really improvise every time you come across a obstacle and think, oh, I did not expect this to be that steep, or I can't land here, I have to go around. For the upcoming map, it's all pretty straightforward, which I like. That is not the shape I want there. Is there a shape? Oh, there is a shape I want here, and it's this one. That is actually quite rare to have that shape used. But here we go. There it is. Alright, so at least the outer shell is now filled up. Meaning that we can go, like I will go around with a darker red. And this will be the lower portion of the ship. And I won't be using a shift click for this. Just the outer layer. So that I can afterwards go into the ship and see, hey, what is the outer wall? Where should I reinforce it? So this is also outer wall. I'm gonna just go through the blocks. This helps me actually point at blocks that are normally hidden from us. If your view is past the hitbox of the original block, you can just paint it as normal. See, as here I try to paint the outside, but if I go through that, I can paint that side. No problem. Little tricks. The top section, let's go for a very bright white, as if this ship is brand new. Just left the harbor. And for that, actually, we want a different skin tone. Usually weltless is your friend here. Of course, now if weltless is used, the catwalks are very visible. So here we will be obfuscating that either with full blocks like here. But sometimes it's also a idea to instead go for a faux window panel. And faux, of course, as many know, is French for fake. And you either need to make fake windows. Sometimes you just keep it like that. It looks like a window-ish. But what I like to do is, if I have the luxury of adding a top layer, like here, which I have, this amazing luxury, then I use, for example, half panels, like these. And then instead of the blocks in the middle, and I have to go inside the ship, remove some trash. Oh no, my blocks are falling off. Is fine. I can use the square window, like so. And then now combined with these, we can have some sort of like, well, more ship-sized viewports. Sometimes it works, sometimes it really doesn't. Like here, nah, it's alright. But ship this scale, I usually just forget about it. And instead focus on adding the armor. So here maybe beam blocks, maybe blaster blocks. Heavy blocks are not that important. So just good old light armor in front. This stuff behind it. And let's put it back in our favorite position forward. Alright. That is that area. So it's already looking more like a ship because of the coloration. It's no longer this grey blob we've been working with all this time. Let's see in the middle how the internals look and if anything is accessible still. Because we see some, these are the blocks I put there just in case we needed them, or to show where you could place certain things. But now we have to do some planning. So that's all exterior. You see I'm removing anything that is not the red blocks. And the rest is all red. So this is what we have to work with. This is also exterior, yes. We have some access over here. But I think we make this all a heavy armor. Like outer shell. So that there's no weak spots in the center of the ship. Same goes for actually this ceiling. We don't want, like, let's all make it part of the same system so that we just can put in walls where we want. Give it a bit more of a feeling that we can do anything with it. Again, not removing any of the white parts, although these white parts could be. But we'll leave it like this. And we close it off. The ceiling. And actually the ceiling, let's give it a bit more space. Instead of those everywhere. We only put it where indeed these areas become visible, and these are of course our air pockets we want to close off. Is that our center stage again? Kinda sorta. Not required. Here we have something asymmetric going on. Don't worry too much now about the superstructure, only about the areas where our cannons will be. So here we also put back blaster blocks. Either form will work. Currently that blast door is only connected to the gun, which is suboptimal. So we make it the full tower. The full tower will be protected like this. At least the front and back are protected now, and we also make sure that the sides of the tower are protected in blast doors. Then it's the choice of you as an engineer to say, okay, do I ever want to access these or do I want to go to the back? You probably do. And if you do that, you do a passage underneath. This way you can get to the next one. No problem. And that hole also supports one of the towers. So again, side armor, most important. Usually you're getting broadsided and not so much shot in from front. But if you're being shot in front, there's still a fair bit of bow or aft that will protect you. Alright, now place back the props we were using. Water propellers. First our braking propeller and stabilization propellers. Then for good measure another blaster block here. So now the ship's maneuverability is complete. There's forward, there's side, and there's back. The only forward propulsion we need to add is after we're done with the ship. We will figure out some the speed calculation. Let's see if we're missing anything. Right, so here instead of the whole row, just that. Let's check if it's it's blocked off. We add some heavy armor to either side here to make that happen. And then yeah. So now you can see, oh, there's no attachment point here. Do we need this to be a blaster? No, we don't need it. We can make it a heavy armor as well. We only use blast doors where the block has a likelihood, a high likelihood that it will interfere with the turret's shape. Usually in the pillar, I have to open these ones up as well. To be T section, three frame? T junction. Outside is open, inside has access, so you can repair the rotor itself. So from here we can add the deck, all heavy armor. This we can't go through because this is the outer area. We can't even really shape this. You could choose to make this a bit more forward. We don't. For now. Oh, maybe I do. It will really help with our layout, and the shape won't be that much compromised. Because now if we add this T-frame here, if I, as an engineer, want to go past this, it does work. At least if it's an open road. I'm not sure if that also works. It gives you some space. Probably we want it to be more open even. Beam. Beam belongs to the job. I want one closed side. No, there's no one closed side for beam blocks, so we need the passage blocks. Brr. Like so. That's probably the best we can do here. And then we paint back the blocks external. Sometimes I like to paint either the interior very bright, so when you blow up some parts of it, it becomes as bright. I apparently used light armor here, or a different block. Oh, it's heavy actually, instead of light. So, no light armor required. Apparently heavy armor is darker than light armor. Of course it is. Well, helps me find the problems. And in our game mode, heavy armor is not more costly than light armor. Alright, how far are we? 1 hour to event. Let me also share this with people. There we go. Shared in the Discord. If anyone ever wants to see ships in action, and we will be having some actions with the ships in the coming hour, don't hesitate to join. We're always open to new players, and we're always happy. Wait, what skin is this? Is this nose? Okay. This almost looks like concrete armor, but concrete armor looks like that. Not sure why a panel with no layer lines will be this gunky. That's really gunky. Weird. Okay. The more you know. Okay. Let's see. Since this area of the ship is fairly straightforward, we make sure that it has as much flotation power as possible, while also remaining with enough armor. So we add, again, we strengthen the armor around the main area. So again, here blaster blocks, we use them as a divider. We use passageways as closed areas, and then to make sure it floats as well as functional as possible, we close off the sides and like this. Means it's a single layer, and these are two pockets now. Actually, these pockets would work even better like so. Except for this one, this needs to be a pocket like this. And to have that then, like these don't even, and these all will become separate pockets. And then we just close the top. And this will make sure we have enough space for our railing as well. Of course, railing mostly for the looks. It's a hard thing to make these combine well. Now the infinite question, which one rotates properly? Do we have this one? Yes, we do. This is the halfway railing. Full railing. Also on this side. And that's the halfway railing again. And then the last one. Ta-ta. Alright, and now we even have the possibility. Oh, hello, cat. My cat is wanting to have snuggles on the desk. Hello, kitty. Then for deck space, you either want a brownish color. Let me check what they have. Since this was, it's a semi wood and semi plated metal. So actually this back deck, and kitty, come sit on my lap please, thank you. Wood of course doesn't look as good in heavy armor. It is very muted tone. So we might decide that even though it's not the best choice for the meta. We do this in a light armor skin instead. Now I see that is actually light armor. Yeah, we want this to be regular panels. Yay! And since this is not our key area to protect, it doesn't really matter that much. Of course, around the turret we keep it heavy, and it kinda looks alright. Maybe play around a bit with the positioning, so that it looks not as blocky as it would normally do. Same here. You can either choose this, but instead I like actually the accentuated look of heavy metal armor. And here, since this is the corner of our turret, we also put heavy armor there. Well, and that is actually the only wooden area, except for the lifeboats, that is on the ship. The rest of it is actually a dark bluish grey metal. So we go to bluish grey, make it dark, not that dark. And it's either the corrugated could work, or sometimes the camo works, but on our panels usually no. Nah. We want it shiny. That will be very weird. I think we keep it either concrete. So concrete could work with a mix of battered. This is all just nitpicking. It should be darker. This is a lot better already. Mixes in there. Something like this. Corrugated is too busy. It's more for ship containers and similar obstacles, objects, things. And since this is not really required, we also go for the blaster blocks up in the corners and up in these corners as well. Sideways. That will give us a good foundation for our rotors. And probably here is where we put either more gyroscopes. Gyroscopes are a good armor piece. Usually I put some backup batteries here. And probably a forward thruster. So that not all the forward thrusters are located in the back of the ship. Not as... oh, and tip. Instead of using the gyroscope in the back, use it in the front, since a battery is actually a airtight block. This now means we have a small airtight compartment here, even though we are filling it with a gyroscope and a water thruster. That means that all the void space this around those is still helping us float. That is also probably the part where we would put one of our vents, since we have some empty space here. It's probably best to have a vent set here, which also generates, again, a flotation compartment. 2 vents there. Light armor blocks here, and then maybe a set of heavy, just to take up the impact of, you know, bouncing other ships, accidentally bumping into things, but also torpedoes coming your way. It takes up a lot of damage for a relatively low cost in this case. And then we kind of like slope it a bit. Some you know, front end art. I don't know, man. I just think this looks kind of cool. A reinforced bow. Also use that as a black end. Yeah. Again, to make sure that we are as armored as possible for such a small ship. Then on the top layer, we transition here into the front, and then some railings for our exterior. Also helps your engineers not fall off as easily, because believe me, they do. Some engineers are just prone, accident prone folk. Hi, Kawaii Panda. Hi, Blinky here, crying from making my Yamato low. Your Yamato? Are you making your own Yamato, or am I missing something? Like, I might remember you, because I've been building a Yamato in the past. That was a long time ago, though. Large ships are way too much work. It's certainly on a flagship level to make to scale and SE, so you know, those projects get cancelled all the time. I hope your project is faring better. I'm not even sure if I still have a like blueprints. Like I transfer some blueprints. Yeah, probably yeah, there's Blinky's Yamato number 4. Not actually sure how far that ever came. Like I know I finished a turret. Well, I did the externals of a turret, which was fine. Yes, quite a bit of Yamato there. Yamato, oh, small grid 1-to-1. All right, you, my friend, are a masochist that wants to. Like this is partially. Just do it large ship. Like nobody will care, really. If you do it small ship, it's a nice art piece, but no one will ever use it for anything other than, look how cool this thing was. If you go the route, hey, let's try to make this something that people want to use, then you should be taking advantage of the ways that SE has small grids and large grids in SE. Let's compare this, for example, to our little boat over here. If not 4 times wider, it's also 3 times longer and twice as high for its hull itself. Should be good. Should be good. Yamato is a very cool boat. It's a very very Japanese styling to it. Instantly you think, hey, that's not European. At least me as a European thinks that. I myself as European person. Right, these are useless. Going back to this boaty thing. Again, making passages as little air pockets. Passage there, passage other side. Air pockets behind the turrets. Armor in front, air pockets behind, armor on the sides. Access from these parts. And then just again using blocks like these. Not so much as it's adding anything to the excitement of these parts. But it definitely helps with the structural integrity. If something gets blown out, at least these parts are still like singular parts. And even the you know, the part where the turret goes through, just fill it up with, for example, passages, aiming their hitboxes forward, or in this case backwards, to give them a more hitboxes to go through as you have to destroy the turret's barbette. You plan to make it fully working. That is insane, and I commend you for it. Still, you are insane, and good luck. I've done that once for a grid that scale, and that was back in the day when we didn't even have the 2x1 slopes. We only had 1x1 slopes, and it was the Star Citizen Corvette. What was it? Corvette? Idris Corvette? Is it here? Is this the... Because currently it's the Idris Cruiser instead. And those types of grids are just insane. And what I like about large grids and using, you know, the combination of a large grid... Yeah, here we go. That was a pain to build. And this is even the simplified version. It doesn't have the ramp on the back. Back in those days, you couldn't copy-paste rotors and ramps. This is all one block. Still a cool build. Would I ever use it for anything? No. This is just me saying, I once built this. It looked kinda alright. Interior is almost nothing. It is somewhat internalized. Of course, we didn't even have seats or glass back then. So yeah. No. Small grids for that size. Bah, humbug. Away with it. Alright. So most of the ships functionally is now here. We have to check now, okay, how much of this gives float power. Yes, float power, that is in SE units very important. Actually, these, although we need them, it's better to use the completely filled ones. And use them outwards, and also, like here you can get away with putting them like this, which gives them the best bang for your buck, since there is a full block on top. Or is it? No, it's not. Will it be a full block? Maybe not. It will also fall away. So here, this needs to be like so. There even will be a rotor in the midst here. And to simplify, we had two sides that were slightly different, and we will make it actually symmetrical. And to close that off, we use well, here you can just use that. And here we need an endpoint, which will happen. Those three things. Center will have a rotor. So actually, no, that won't be closed. So this is the most closed we can. How to close this without too much of a mess? These are actually extra, not internal, all able to give us flotation surface. So what we will do is just make this a singular wall. And is this the external? Yes, that is the external. So this is all able to give us some extra float. Then we will armor around here. And since it's we want it to be non-deformable, but also things like toilets work that way. Who would have thunk that showers would be your armor of choice? Maybe. I'm actually have not battle tested showers before. If anyone has, please let me know. Yeah, and then a rotor head. Then we took the half rotor from Og. And we need to make sure that they are pointing outwards. So actually the other way around. That will be their 0 position. That is 90 degrees away from the ship itself. Removing the large rotor heads, so we can add small ones. Then to make this work, we make put it for doors here. It doesn't have to float, so actually with the passage. And we want some space to walk around. So we put some corners around. This is again creative freedom, but something you can very much so, and passages so that if one side gets blown up, you don't lose your whole ship. It's just more hitboxes for a shot to go through. So this gives us access to our torpedo launch area, meaning that actually all the, you know, We can either go a bit for the style points and add some very small railing. Like there's not a half railing, right? No, there isn't. There is in the standard sets, so I guess we can use the standard set half railing here and here to keep people from falling off the ship as they try to man this area. Okay, and then we have some access area over here, which again needs to be closed off from the bottom. And this is how I go through for most projects. Like at some point you come to a section, and then you just have to think, okay, how am I gonna fill this and how I'm gonna attach this to the rest. Like I don't want like the front of the end of the ship completely destroyed. You can't reach the back, so I want this area to be the passage, but also make sure that we can pass underneath and can pass above, which should still be possible. And then to add more stability, I will just add a fake part of the interior here. Like this we will be using as not so much as usable interior, but as extra flotation chambers. So if it tries to tip, it first dips into that area and it picks up the float again. Alright. So far, so good. And now if this is destroyed, you still have a walking area. Like you can just cut a hole through it and go around. For example. Now this, heavy armor would work here. We don't need to access the rotor. If the rotor is blown up, it is very likely the torpedo tube itself will also be blown up. This just means that if we don't get penetrating shots that will disable one rotor from the one side to the other. At least that's the theory. And this directly gives us a indication. Hey, we will be using this as the main area of the ship, where the compartments get compartmentalized. Again, using the least impactful passage as the basis. Then we don't really get a level of walking here, so we just close this section off, and probably with it has to be closed completely, but a few batteries here would do the trick of giving us a probably the center. A few batteries here, or one in this case, gives us a portion where if the ship's main engines are blown up, there's still a functional bit here. We can weld up, make sure that there's some auxiliary power. And usually I put it all the way in the bottom of a ship, all the way in the middle of a ship, somewhere, and somewhere in the smokestacks, just for good measure. Hey, Jana. Yana. Hi. Actually, now I think of this, these areas could actually be more access areas. where you can pass through to the rest of the ship. You can go either the middle through. Maybe. Because I also like this to just be, you know, more armor. It is such a natural walkthrough area. This is prime subject to add some windows. Window passageways. It's a safe space where you as an engineer can walk and see the exterior of the ship and think by yourself, maybe I should start shooting. And yes, this is gray, and of course we have the option to make that look better. And then these have to be white. Kind of gives us the impression that it's nice. Same goes for here, I guess. We just, instead of having this whole flat area of the ship, and we kind of treat this like airlocks, for example. It gives the ship some sense of depth. And do we have actual, like I want, yeah, corners. I guess we go for the corners. And here just for a door. Oh yeah, we have the sliding hatch doors these days. Although for this area, like I like this for below water stuff. Like actual doors, but for things that are inside, this usually works mighty fine. Like I guess, you know, this works. And then the same goes for here. And I now found that, yeah, these LODs of these give strange things. So hopefully these corner parts do not do that. You can see there's an artifact going on here if you go too far. So let's not have artifacts in our ship. Again, a nice airlock. Let's do it here. And we do a full one over, yeah. This will make it a bit cramped though. We don't need actually here a door. We don't need a door, no. What we might need actually is a staircase. And what is a better way than have a central area of the ship where everything comes together. And actually we won't use it like this, we use it like so. Because in this way our staircase and that is our walk through. We have this central area of the ship, and I guess we give it a back staircase and a front staircase. Make it look less cramped. I put some weapon lockers here, for example. And then you know, as we go through, more things happen. Like we don't want the ship to be too busy on the inside. We want it to be very clear where people can go. Like these are clearly just extra access areas to the internals of the ship. But are unnecessary for normal use. Normal use will just dictate you go through the middle. And that will be more of the guide to the ship. Like the ship goes and you go inside all the way up front. Then here is the staircase, probably to the sides. And I do not like half staircases for ships, because they will be so hard to navigate if the ship is slightly tilting. So my advice would always be to use full staircases, and in this case have a passage through the middle. Like this would work. Yeah, either I have double like this or a central one that you have to go around. Usually having too much is better than having too little. Yeah, don't forget, add lights to the internals. If your ship is completely dark and it's closed off, you won't see anything ever at all. And that is suboptimal, of course. I think most of our functional bits are in. There will be adding some weight, but I want to see if the balance of the ship is right. And yeah, that's the thing. Like we really need to finalize the design process of such a ship before you can really start balancing. So it's all about, okay, what are the features? What is accessibility? Is it already enough? Do you need more? It just gives us a solid layer of things to block out. So this is a definite layer to have interaction with. Turret there. This is ugly AF in this color. Not sure why I'm building with this color. Needs to be the navyish blue. Like this would already work as a ship. We of course need our observation deck. So I guess that is the main thing that will be here. That will drop down. That's fine. And for cockpits, we allow in SEMB to have up to 3 of them. Usually I have them spaced out a bit, like have a battle cockpit somewhere in the back area. For example, here would make a fine backup, since not only does it have some kind of overview of the sides, it's also very well nestled into the ship. And still visible from the outside. That could be a possibility, or usually when there's a small superstructure here, which there is on this ship ever so slightly, yes. Because there is a smokestack somewhere. Let's go build that smokestack. Which is... So we have that half thing, there's one in between. I have to get my proper blocks back in LAN. 2, 3. We have the smokestack external area here. And then something like that. Again, battery to make things function, and then an exhaust pipe thing. That will give us the smoke we need, and then checking for the thickness. Is this only 1 block or 2 blocks? It's only 1 block thick, so we will have it mostly like this, and then for the lower area we have some detail going on, probably in the sense that goes a bit like that. But since we're now removing all that area, we still, yeah, we have to smoothen this stuff out. Kinda. So there's a solution somewhere hidden in the blocks. And this central area, just anything. Like again, something that looks kind of technical on the inside, like a beam block junction. Yep. Not really about the functionality, more about how does it look when it blows up. Nice or not that nice? Catwalk usually is fairly Not important. Not important, except for accessibility. So we keep it as plates for now. Perfect. That's that area, and then the small superstructure. It's actually a volk. Alright. We're prepping for the event. I'm seeing people drop in the chat, so I will join them as well. So you will be hearing from now the Discord.
Ooh, close miss.
Hey guys.
That was a hit. I just don't know why I didn't do anything.
Because you missed. I watched both tracers go over my plane. As a
I
missile.
watched both hit. There are in fact missiles.
There are in fact missiles.
What? There's tracking missiles?
There are, but we
They're
don't
not
use them.
legal. Yeah.
No, we do not use them.
Shit.
We are gunfighting people.
Went the wrong way.
Them firing all the way.
I don't have one, and they don't have any posted in the dockyard, so...
There's a boat.
That's very useful, Val, thank you.
I love the noise
Sounds
that
like
my
good.
guns are making.
The 40s?
Yeah, I've got the sound glitch.
Oh yeah, the funny TV static.
Yeah.
Love that one.
My plane's doing something peculiar. I might have lost the vertical stabilizers. I have lost my vertical stabilizers.
That would explain some things.
Not all of them though. Glass is missing
Whoa.
all of his wings.
Based. He flies off of sheer force of will.
Of course he does.
Nah, he's in the water.
L.
He's out of the water, he bounced.
You guys are messing on the creative server?
How do you still have engines? I do not understand. Yeah, we got
Did I just get hit by missiles?
Cool.
You're getting hit by everything right now. I don't know why it's not doing anything.
It's F-15.
This is the 5th
Oh,
shot in
there's
a row that I
people with
landed.
missile launchers shooting at me.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of dudes on like every ship right now shooting rockets and stuff at everybody.
You cannot kill. Best air fighter in the world.
Yeah, I can.
I see the scorch marks on my wings from the missiles.
There's no way you survived that. Okay, yeah, good.
No, the ram got my cockpit.
Yeah, I figured.
I made you and Glass touch into the water though, so both 2 kills.
Yep. Find a new target. That's an AIM-9. We don't use AIM-9s. Where's that come from? That's range. There's Octo. There's somebody. Who's this? Ah, that's it. Funny.
They're not A9s, they're handhelds, yeah.
No. Yeah, I see it. Where are people
I
at?
got missile warning.
Oh, there are people at. Oh, hell no.
Oh, missile. I'm just hearing constant static. This is unbearable. Got a bit close to land there, didn't you?
We're chilling. Question is, are you? You handled the neutron style.
You just hit the ground.
I did not.
God
Oh, I
damn.
did. Wow, the game just Me when the game just decides, you know what? Nope, fuck you. Get on the ground.
Can you not pull off on the ground?
No, it's lifting upside down. I hit a tree.
You guys use subways on your planes, right?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Every so now and then, yeah. If they
Every
get
time
more
we-
complex.
That's why SCMB is better. We have
Really?
subgrids on planes.
Better than
That's
what?
the only reason.
We also
Okay.
have a VTOL, so Saul can suck my nuts.
That they may. That they may.
Apex, get out of here. 11-ton ass. Eat more.
Nope. Nope. Jokes on you, I am 11.3 tons.
Jokes on you, I'm 15.
Extra fast.
L. We also have vectored thrust, which helps a lot.
It doesn't help at all.
Bro.
And these sort of...
What was that? What did I
That's
just
a
get hit
missile.
by? Bruh. I'm about to explode.
You
Yep.
are. I need to
Oh no, we're
reload
still
my...
chilling. We're still flying actually.
I need to
I've lost
reload my
all
cane.
of my surfaces, but we're still chilling.
Because the noise is unbearable.
I am now a missile. Simple as. Oh no, we're gonna die. Yeah, we're dead.
That's alright. That's alright.
Do you want to hop a ride? Do you want to hop a ride, Apex?
In a second seat.
Static.
No, but you can stand on top.
Yeah, fair. Me when I need to actually get a seat. Alright, where are you?
Ah, who shot me? God damn it.
Go.
We're fighting for control. Because I didn't set this to the main cockpit.
No, go for it.
Oh, it just broke my plane completely. Lovely.
Oh, fabulous.
Oh.
Break the seat off. I can only control my own.
Why-
That's
why
all
do
I
you-
can do.
Bruh. Million mantlets here. You good?
Guns are so cheap.
No.
Skill issue.
Uh,
Alright.
Let it be.
I'm going to, what am I going to do?
speaking of, I'm gonna quickly reload my cane because lovely static noise.
No, it's not.
There's a wild amount of people in the server right now.
The 29 showed up for the event. Oh shit.
Supposedly.
That's a pretty amount. Pretty amount. Very pretty.
It's a few.
Yeah. Hi.
Hello.
God damn it. Ow, who shot me? Ow.
Damn, direct hit.
Question is, where's the event server?
Oh.
I don't know
Question
either.
is, what am I doing? I don't know.
Yeah, be like that sometimes. Weapon core locks on targets by either scroll wheel or if you're looking at them, you do
Right click.
right click. Yeah. It's when the red circle appears. You
Real
can
quick.
do right click.
Blinky.
Yes.
We're gonna have basically 30 people. Do you want to up the BP limit to the next bracket? So
Uh,
200.
probably 200 if it's 15 versus 15. Yeah, I would say like 50 points per 5, so 10 points per person. That
Yeah.
sounds like a nice bracket distribution.
That should be fun then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And since the server is capable, then it should be fine. And again, so 200 means 4 planes in the sky for each team, right? 4, 4, 4 instead of 3, 3, 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why are you not going forward? Oh, we're not going forward because someone blew off the fucking propeller. That's fucking
Doesn't
helpful.
That is a suboptimal.
I agree. Suboptimal.
Slight sub optimization.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, the server's up. Posted,
Server is up.
IP and whatnot in the event discussions by Climb. Once everybody starts heading out, I'm gonna remove everything from the world, and then we can go.
Yeah, and ping as soon as we start for anyone that's. I guess we can do a ping now.
Yep.
Get around.
Oh boy.
What is event discussion? Oh, okay.
Oh.
Everyone is pinged, so that's fine. So we don't need an extra ping.
Victory Islands. Capture the flag.
All right, I'm gonna save my current boat thing.
Oh,
What?
God damn.
The horde approaches. Saying the horde approaches rapidly.
Rename.
this is what happens when you advertise.
What am I
This is
building
what happens
again?
when you have CTF.
True.
Funky
we love
is bad,
CTF.
yeah.
CTF. Everybody loves CTF. CTF is where it's at.
Destroyer.
Likely, like the main reason half the people are here.
I mean, CTF
Deny it.
also has been one of our personal favorite modes so far. It's just
Everybody's favorite. It's just hands down the most fun.
yeah, it just combines all the things we like of the building parts. It has a bit of land, bit of sea, bit of air.
23 people in the VC.
And
24 now.
we heed you all welcome.
Yeah, what's up?
What's up? Very much. Server is up. We are running on the latest of the latest, according to the climb.
One and
Should be
only.
good. The one and only. And I'm
We
glad
hope so.
that we could host this on a Sunday, so people that are normally not available on the Saturday nights are now here as well. Cool. Very cool.
We all love Climb.
SCMB has the best server out of all the Space Engineers water
funny.
servers.
No way.
Oh, really?
Climb
Yes.
out of the thingy. Climb out of the thing that does the cool map thing. Yes.
Oh.
Oh, the
Yes.
map-
The
Yes.
respawn thing. Yes. Oh, this is gonna be cool. This is gonna be very cool.
Bibs joined live.
Alright, those who have not yet joined a team, join whichever, and at the point we have to rebalance, of course. So if blue is overflowing, then we say like, we need 3 more blues, and then it will figure itself out.
The torsos pump out blood now.
Why is it not joining? God damn it.
Well, it pretty much says red 0, blue 0, so...
The wins right now. How many how many captures you have? By the way, so everybody is clearly aware before we start, if you get in a seat while you are holding the flag, you will drop the flag. You cannot hold the seat, you cannot hold the flag and get in a seat.
You may also not get in a helicopter with the flag, or
Yeah.
stand on any aircraft.
No he who flying around with the flag and no getting in the seat. Both will
Also-
result in dropping things.
So,
Also-
question. It's so they can stand in the back of a tank?
Certainly,
Yes.
yes. Or a small boat, or a large ship. That's all very much.
Standing on a tank while it's being sling loaded by a helicopter. Fly through
Helicopters.
Hey! The
Uh,
tank is just being carried by the helicopter.
yeah.
Can't pick up tanks with helicopters.
the wind to
That sounds
transport
like
the
an
tanks?
engineering issue.
The wind to transport the tanks, or
We do not allow it.
do we need to transport the tanks?
Yep.
Over the water, yes. Unless you made it amphibious, then you figure that out.
No, it's not amphibious.
Oh god, I don't want to
From
fucking
mother's
drive an
amphibious.
Amtrak. Invalid, where's
Why is
muzzled?
nobody has?
What vehicles get respawns?
No vehicles can
Oh,
respawn.
by the way, can we only use the weapons from the kits, or also the modded weapons?
Just the kit.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Okay.
Easy. Well, the new orc weapons. It's just best to avoid. It's simpler to just say the kit.
fair
Alright.
enough.
Yeah.
For now, we are working on
no,
making
no.
everything.
No PATs, no 25mm rifles. Avoid them. No rocket
No
launchers,
shotguns.
that stuff.
No laser weapons.
Yeah, no, laser. I
no
think you
laser.
can use. You can use shotguns. Just don't use the rocket rifle PAT or the new 25mm Sentinel thing,
Yeah, that thing's goofy.
or the alien blaster.
Yeah. If you think, did this fit
Oh,
in
nice. We
modern
have the
or?
respawn. We have the respawn
Yeah,
mod on the server.
Let me just say a few words about that. So when you respawn, you'll now use my system. Just wait for like a couple seconds after you respawn so that everything gets synced in. You should see like giant plus icons. That's where the medical bays are. And if you see yourself in space, that's a bug I need to fix, but you need to F5 if you see that. But other than that, you're good.
Also, climb.
That
Can you
happened
give us
when I went,
admin?
Yeah, Climb, that happened when I switched teams, so they accidentally joined blue, and then I went to red, and when I respawned, there was no spawns available.
Right, so you can see the spawns. Okay, so controls. When you're in that map view, WSD to move the map. You can zoom in and out with scroll wheel, and use shift to scroll wheel to change your spectator speed as normal. Yeah.
Very cool.
Slash kit heavy isn't giving any of the stuff.
You need to respawn once you change your kit.
Yeah, I have. I died 3 times, but it's not giving me any of the items. It's not gonna. Engineer doesn't work either.
Okay, there might be an issue with that. Okay, well, you can get items from people who have guns and stuff on their ship. You can try and do that.
Also, climb. Could I have admin? You forgot, but I'm now part of the staff. You give it to everyone but me every time.
Because that's how we like it.
Yes.
Climb, do we have a way to
Thank you.
teleport to people? Or,
Spectator.
well, I mean, yeah, spectator, but like mid-event.
Spectator.
Okay.
Then press Control Space, and you're there.
They don't have the access. They don't have access to F8.
We do.
In that case, before we start, can we spawn in some more ammo on the ships?
Oh yeah, you have like, I'll count you down. You have 5 minutes to fix it. Nah, you have until we go to fix it.
Okay.
Yes, you can indeed spawn in weapons, ammo, things that are legal in our modes, on your ships, in containers. Put them in your tanks, put them in your ships, so that next time you play, you're not relying on kits alone. This is still Space Engineers.
So, Climb, is there any way like, is there any way to like cycle through available spawns so you can have, like, we can get people onto the ground again?
Oh, right.
Holy shit.
If you're stuck in space, then just when you load into the server, just use F8 and TP people.
Leroy, that's yours.
They can't use F8.
In the corner in the front line.
They kind of enable admin tools, I think.
Ah, yes, that's true. Enable critical tools.
Yep.
I forgot how I did this, and I need to undo it.
Where are you?
There's such a big ship, Jesus.
All right, Zan, you should be able to do its stuff now. How about we not shoot right now? By the way, we have limited ammo. Want to make sure we have enough for the round. Not a huge deal, but
Apex, not a huge deal. But your
How
fume
do I,
extractor on your
how do I see
6
how much
mils off
ammo
center.
the Seaways has?
I know it's off center. That's the point.
You've got a problem.
No, that's the point. That's literally it makes it look nicer.
It's a bad point.
No, it's not. You don't do /TP. You gotta do F8. And then, well, actually, so you can do Alt F10, and then you go to your entity list, grids. The drop down for grids, you go to characters. You select people, click on them, move up a little bit, and then do Control Space to teleport your player there.
Leroy.
What?
We got a problem.
What?
Guns don't suck ammo.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, one of them right now, the container in front of me is empty.
Oh yeah, you have to load it. There's a container right in front of the seat, and then there's a container in front of you with the guns for the gun.
The one in front of the seat is empty.
Yeah, you can pull from the ship.
Should we separate
that
into team
container's
chests?
Yes, people, we are getting into specific modes. If you are done hanging out, get to your team chat or in one of the channels for team chat. If you need help, just message us.
Yeah, I accidentally pressed the red button and I don't know how to turn it off. How do I do that?
The red button isn't like you joined red team.
In the Discord, I joined the red team. In the game, I'm in the blue team because that's where invalid.
Yeah. Do you want me to swap you over to red instead? Well, actually, you should be able to.
In
you wanna stay in-
Discord, I don't remember where it is in Discord. I pressed the button.
You
I
don't
am
need
red.
to.
I
I can't join the blue comm channel.
You're already in
don't.
blue
We'll-
now.
we'll
I
drag
switched
you.
you over.
Oh, good, thank you.
Yes. So,
Alright. To the blue team.
Should we go to team channels maybe?
yes, go to team channels. Please, all move to your proper channels. Everybody who is not able to, I will assign you a proper team. Or any of us will.
I think to that one. Red.
There we go. This is glorious. Let's see how our frames are hanging up. Server sim is 1. Local sim is lower. I will adjust my graphics to that.
I have a question.
Yes.
It's not letting me join the red comms.
Okay, then that's why I'm here. Do you want to be red or do you want to be blue? I guess you want to be red.
I already joined the red team.
Alright, roles. Yeah, I don't see that you are in red line, so I'm just assigning that to you now, and you should be able to. So, good luck.
Okay, thanks.
Burp and Haast, are you still having issues, or are you just AFK? And I'll be with you shortly. Full screen window, that should be all fine. Let's see. I'll put you in. Do you have a role yet? You're blue now, Burp. And Harst, I'm gonna put you in a red for now. If you need anything, just ping me.
There, showing up.
Alright. Almost everybody
Rating.
is done, so we are ready to rumble. Let's see, are the teams divided ever so slightly evenly? 16 versus 12. No, we need
Who
more
is
reds.
somebody tossed ammunition from the containers?
I put some in the containers.
No, I thought there was like 200 and something in each. Right now it is like 40 something. Oh, I found it. Okay, it was a bug. What else? Yet another one. There was indeed.
Why is there a pile of dead body already?
Pressure, pressure.
Invalid, where are you?
I'm flying around. Spectator.
Yeah, well, I tried to get an A tank and somebody got mad at me and told me to fuck off. Another tank I couldn't get to fucking start.
Yeah, there's.
Octo, can you add the points of your ship to the name?
I got 38.
Point cost.
Well, I wanted to get a copy of the one that other dude showed me, but he wouldn't fucking
But
let me.
can you add it to the name so it counts up?
Cappy, are we... Is it started yet? Or Vagrant, has it started yet?
It didn't get in.
No.
Wait, you
It
are
did not
Cappy, right?
Yeah, although I haven't used that name in a while.
Ah, it's okay.
On Discord.
You probably don't recognize... Hyperspace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Too long ago. Too long ago.
Ooh, what's that?
That's like at least 2 or 3 years ago.
I'm counting 4. Yeah, it's 4.
Might be.
Derek,
Anyone else say there's an event? So many ticks.
Leroy, is your battleship, is your ship good to go?
They're saying there's something wrong with the points.
I'm guessing it's got lots of heavy armor.
I'm pretty sure I added up correctly. It does have heavy armor on it, so.
Yours is the DDG Callister, I think.
Yes.
I'm blue, but I respawned in red. Base camp.
Okay. I think that is actually. Is it okay that I move you to red actually? Because you are also.
Yeah.
You're also red
okay
in the
with that.
alliance. Yes. So I'm moving you. See you there.
Okay, see you.
It's... shit. Am I joining the wrong server? Where is these? Where can I find the server? I've not joined in a while.
How to join the server? You're.
I've not played in a while, so...
Climb put a link in the server event discussion chat. You can use the Steam Connect, or you can copy the numbers and put it in a direct connect and use the same password.
By the way, Leroy, your ship is spawned into voxels, so it's a
Is
static
it?
grid. Yeah.
Fuck!
Control C, Control V. Don't fucking mess with it because it loaded up with ammo.
Oh yeah, I just gotta move it off.
Ah!
No!
I can't find... Yo, Dan, did you get the IP for the server?
So we have 200
Which
points.
server?